You already know what this is. It's on the lock out. Today we're going to talk about Rikers Island Correctional Facility, the island, the rock, La Roca, right? And what's going on. The use of force against inmates at New York City jails hit an all-time high last year. And this year is getting out of control because the correction officers are all over the place with it. Boom. So my experience while I was there, leave in the comments if you've experienced anything like this, if situations like this ever happened to you or anyone that you may know of, right? And we always trying to set out a positive message. A lot of times we watch these shows and we don't tune in to the end. You know, I have people tell me, my bad, I commented before I even saw the whole video. Like I jumped the gun, and I get it. But to be aware is to be alive. You already know. I just want you to know one thing. Check this out, right? The overall number of force incidents rose to an average of close to 600 per month over the last 6 months. In 2019, a report released Friday said, by contrast, there were about 390 uses of force per month and 9,803 inmates when the Federal Monitor issued its first report in May. Wow. Boom. So, you know, it's like they have people monitoring them. I think, you know, in a sense, it's a lack of communication, right? A lack of them skills. Is it like an aggressive approach? Like, nah, you got to treat these dudes like this because they wild. They on Rikers Island. So you get treated as an animal because you're perceived as one immediately from the gate. You know, it's like someone seeing you. And leave in the comments if you ever been through this, because I've been through this. I was somewhere taking care of my ear. Facts, when I had that, what you call it? Collie ear, right? So I'm there and the dude is like, oh no, the guy right here, ask the guy right here, the hip hop guy. That I felt so offended because how you know I'm into hip hop? How you know he perceived because of the way I dressed and the way I carried myself. In other words, I took it like he said, ask the street guy right here, ask the hoodlum right here. He should know, you know, or whatever. And I just felt so offended because he was a dude of a different nationality. He wasn't Puerto Rican, he wasn't black, and it just ticked me off and I went bananas. So perception, when we judge a book by its cover, even though he was right, I am into hip hop, but I love all music the same way I love all people. You got to treat people on the individual basis. The way you treat others is the way you're going to get treated. I always say, you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. Times 5,000. You're mean to me, I'm mean to you. Times 27,000. Boom! You already know how that goes. So with that being said, the use of force on Rikers Island, do we think that it's needed there or behind the brick wall? Like anywhere? Do you think it's needed? Some people get crazy, but here on the lockout, we're going to keep it real. Because that's the only thing that we know how to do. So check this out. Let's get right to what's going on here. Boom. Too often, staff are hyper, confrontational, aggressive, and lack effective interpersonal communication skills and do not, wow, and do not think appropriately, resorting to force. The 338-page oversight report said, wow, the report covers a period before the, you already know, 19 pandemic sweep into New York, spiraling inmate releases that have brought the city jail's population down to 3,990. So now, with that being said, where we at today? Because today is the first, because it's about 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that, right? New York City time. And I say all that to say that the population at Rikers Island Correctional Facility just skyrocketed. Boom. Because all the protesting and everything that's going on right now. And I don't know if anything that was clearing up that had to do with the pandemic, our people just made it worse. We understand that people are hurt. It's a sad situation. It's a tragedy. I cried. I made content about it just because I wanted to say something about it, because I'm still hurt and I'm never going to get over that. I seen dudes and people get their head blown off right in front of me. Boom. I've been involved in a lot of things, but for some apparent reason, and I know the reason, when you're watching something like that from a person who that individual was and the person on the ground, it was like so, it was murdering me. Like, wow, I can't take this. Like, is this, oh, this is real. But did our people make it better? I think in the long run, the ones that, it's a lot of people being hurt right now, going to jail, going to prison, gonna do extensive amount of time behind bars because the acts that were caused during this protest. And look, I'm all for a justice for our people, right? For all people, for anybody that's going through a situation like that, right? As a human, right? But I said this before, when you're destroying your own property and things like that, and I seen everything that's going on, I just knew that I was always thinking since this started, like, a lot of our people are going to end up at Rikers Island. And a lot of people that are going to end up there are not ready. Never been to jail, never been to the island, never been to no jail in the world. So when you wind up there, what could wind up happening is that you can't deal with those circumstances, because now you see what we've been talking about on all these shows in real time, 3D, boom, right in front of you. And you went from doing something that you deem fit and valid and positive to murking yourself. Because a lot of people can't deal with the reality that you're in jail right now and you're going to be told what to do. And when you thought you probably was the man in your house or in your neighborhood or in your street or in your block, whatever, when you get there, there's a dude this little telling you that you can't use the phone. With all respects to everybody, might be a midget. Facts. And I was on the island when there was little dudes, like 4 something, probably smaller than that, had a few houses smashed from just where he was at, telling everybody what to do. Facts. And leaving the comments, if you know what I'm talking about. I would never lie to you in my life. So I just pray for everybody and I wish everyone the best. And that's what I wanted to say, that you got to keep in mind that right now with all this, we was already fighting a battle with this thing that's in the air that's invincible and we cannot see it. And I think that that's just going to increase. The numbers in that definitely increase because I see people out there being unsafe. And the numbers just increase. To top it all off, I understand the fact that now where we going to buy stuff is definitely closed now because it's broken. So, you know, it's definitely a sad situation. Is a lose-lose at the same token. Leave in the comments how you feel about everything I'm saying. And do you even care? You know, because are you really concerned? I see more like a battle for power and leadership, even when it comes to YouTube and doing content and all that. Like, people knocking other people, like, you know, people upset. You could tell because no one named you or no one called you to go march and protest with them. It's sad. Like, you look doofy, you look corny, and people don't see that. I see it because I'm really like that, and I analyze things. And people are like, you know, maybe we could regroup and, you know, and get together. And when you call me, like, yeah, okay, that's the problem, that no one told you nothing. And you felt left out, like you a leader. A lot of people feel like they a leader of a big community and they like the next Malcolm X or something, and they really gassed up about 200,000 subscribers or even 300,000 subscribers. And let me tell you, my dude, you feel lit to those people that see and deem that you're lit, because that's the hood part of the internet, with all respects. I talk to dudes that got millions and billions of subscribers and millions of views per day and don't act nowhere near like that. Like, I'm like, you know, I hear these dudes saying like, I'm the biggest thing happening right now on the internet. Like, are you serious, bro? Oh, shit. That's crazy, man. But shout out to them, man, with no hate. It's just, you know, a few people did it, you know? More than one. And it's sad. It says a lot, bro. And then, you know, what we do online and in the street, you know, we start throwing at each other. We see everyone is getting arrested. Everyone is going to jail. Everyone is doing things and putting their own life at risk. And then we want to throw at the people. And make sure that people seen what they did. Like, if you didn't see it, I'm going to explain it again. These people are no good. That's no good what you just did. You know, instead of uniting, we start creating this thing where we not seeing no good. Like, because when you try to do something good, someone is always going to see it bad. Someone is going to see this content and deem it like, bro, he's full of... But if you analyze real well, you know where a person's heart is at. Everything that you was taught, son, it's real, it's official. Trust me, it's not, it's fake. But fake became the new real. And being real became like a thing of the past. Like, what is real to you? What is real nowadays? You gotta ask yourself. Going out there, committing crazy, doing crazy things that don't even benefit you at all, and winding up on Riker's Island or in a prison cell, right? And getting like 30 years, 20 years. And all the people that you was out there with, not one of them is going to send you nothing. But they're going to talk about you for the first week like, yo, he was real. Because our people, we filter down that being real is doing something ignorant. I don't know, man. Shout out to everybody, though. I just wanted to stop by and say those little few words and touch on that. We got to keep in mind that the jails don't close down. They're open 24 hours a day. And if there's anywhere in the world that's always going to have a bed for you, it's Rikers Island. For the ones that are in New York City. You know? And look, there's different ways of you doing things. You don't have to, and I understand that it wasn't all our people. So other people causing this also. I see all the trickery, everything, right? But we have to learn to different, like see the difference of a video, a content, if you want to call it content, because that's not content. A video is a video, and content is something that's created, that's great. I think those are bad actors. That's what YouTube calls it. That's the terminology for this thing we got going on here. Look it up. But where do we go from here? That's the question. Because we still didn't get nowhere. We can't always respond to something the same way we always have responded. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. You already know, man. Love all people. Leave in the comments. Tell us how you feel. Tomorrow, there'll be more content. Probably today, right after this. We just give it some time in between. Because you can't have two content IDs rolling around. That's a whole nother story. I'm making a video on that on Tech for Rec, which is our channel where we teach everything YouTube and show people how to grow on YouTube. So you can go there. It's TEK, the number 4, and REK, Tech for Rec. We teach everything YouTube and how to gain thousands of subscribers on YouTube in less than 30 days. Facts. My name is Warpath. Thank you for tuning in. We got more content, more prison stories, more Rikers Island stories, more prison interviews. A lot of people been hitting me up for the interviews. I'm going to get to you. Remember, you could Gmail me for all that at techforrec@gmail.com, and we'll communicate, get through, and you definitely be able to tell your story on the lockout. Love you guys. Thank you for your support. To my real ones, y'all already know. Boom. Love all people. Stay out of jail. Stay out of prison. Stay safe.